Angel, you can unmute.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for the gift of life and for bringing us here. We pray that as we're going to have this session, it may be of use to us and that we may take in attention and benefit the most from it so that we may be able to excel. We pray that you bless everyone that's here and all the efforts they are putting in. In Jesus Christ's name I prayed and believed. Amen.
Thank you so much for the word of prayer. We want to welcome you all. Thank you so much for joining. I know there are others that are going to be joining us on the way, but the good thing, the session is going to be recorded, so we shall be able to share with them. Allow me now to welcome our facilitator, Teacher Simon. You are most welcome. Kindly take us over.
Thank you, Mr. Kaziba Stephen. I salute you, dear all members on the call. We thank God. Thank you, the one who has given us a prayer, Angel. I welcome you, dear friends, and in a special way, I welcome the colleagues in the profession who are on the call. Thank you for always dedicating time to be part of this. Thank you for nurturing and working with the students to see to it that we have all that we can to see them excel and pass in all what they are supposed to pass. To you, the students, I also want to welcome you and encourage you that things are possible. Through you, Mr. Kaziba, may I confirm that my screen is there?
Yeah, it is loading.
We are meeting for paper 2 again. Previously, we said that both paper 2 and paper 3 are always set from applications. The only difference is in just the items or the questions that are set, but the whole thing is almost the same. From the same topics, the difference comes in the days when the papers are done. The difference also comes in the different skills that are asked for, but the topics are the same. So as we are teaching also in schools, we normally teach the same skills. Today, we are going to have another set of the questions and the skills for paper 2, but they cut across. They can be asked either in paper 2 or paper 3. Has my screen finally come there, Mr. Kaziwa?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Once again, my name is Kanike Simon Peter Chiviri. I'm an ICT teacher at a school called St. Edward's Bukumi in the district Kakumiro. So we are meeting once again. We have shared the facilitation paper. We are calling it facilitation paper because we are thoughtfully thinking of the skills to use in the papers and application. Just like I always say, to remind you, dear candidates, once you get your question paper, please take note that you first read the instructions, however much you know them. Also, the other item and idea that I always talk about is go through all the questions before you actually start attempting. Some of us have studied the 3 applications, others have studied the 4, others have studied all the 5, which is okay. Those who have had a chance of studying all the 5, please don't bias yourself to only 3 applications. Learn all the applications for your benefit today and your benefit tomorrow. Those that have mastered or learned only 3 applications, it's okay, please master those 3 applications. But I would say don't stick yourself to only 3 applications as required by the standard paper. Go through one question at a time before you actually start typing anything. Normally, our papers have marks attached to each paper. Please feel free to add up how many marks can you score on question 1, for example. You go on, you know the skills that you can do and you cannot do. Please identify which skills can you do. Have a total how many do I have on word processing? Go to the next question, have a total spreadsheet, have a total of how many can you do in PowerPoint, have a total of how many can you do in database, have a total of how many can you do. Now, after knowing which one has, begin with that one, such that as you come to get to the other one of lower marks, it can be okay that you'll spend with it. Also, management, the question paper is strictly you to do the 3 applications. They are intended for you to burn your work on CD. They are intended for you to print your work, because we are supposed to encourage you, your candidates, please practice printing, burning your work on CD. Okay, all that said and done, and more that will be said as we go on, we are going to go through the 5 applications. We pray that we get time and we complete all of them. So we shall begin with our question 1 today. Question 1 asks us that using an electronic word processor of your choice, type the following text as it is and type the following text and save it as your name and personal number in your folder. Let me find just one student here and see at random who to choose. Let me choose Musinguzi Isaac. Isaac, I'm going to use your name today for learning purposes. So we shall first of all create our folder as Musinguzi Isaac. I want to assume that your personal number is 512. So that is our folder. And we shall open our folder. We shall see that it is empty. So the question is asking us that please use an electronic word processor of your choice. Type. For purposes of time, I am going to just copy this content and create. Let's first open and create a new Word document. I want to think that all of us know how to open a new Word document. We go to the Start button and search or look for all programs, depending on the layout and nature of your version of Office. So we have a blank document here. We are told to save. Before I even put any content, I am saving it. So come to more and browse. We shall go to the desktop and look for our We shall look for our folder. Musinguzi Isaac. And we are told that we should save the file also as Musinguzi Isaac 512. Okay, so you confirm after saving that your name has changed and it is appearing on top. I said just for purposes of time, I know all of us can type what we have here. But when you look at the marks given to us at the very first point here, don't think that all these 7 marks can be awarded to you for simply typing this. Look around into this question and look for the various formattings that are in what you asked to type. What we are supposed to type includes a table. And this table, if you're very observant, has some formattings around it. For this table, I think I am not going to copy, but we are going to draw it together. Allow me copy this from this heading. But for your case, you will be typing it. Just copy it and put it here. I want to assume that I've finished typing. And below it, we are supposed to have this table as it appears. Okay, so we are supposed to have this table. In the first place, we need to identify, okay, before we even get there, let's first read through the questions. What do the questions want us to do? Change the title of the document to uppercase. I want to target the questions that target the table. Change the font color of the title to any color other than red, blue, or black. Centerline the title and the line for a malaria-free Uganda. Present the paragraph beginning Uganda into 3 columns. The line between insert and stick page border. Onto your document, insert a watermark of your religious name. Use a formula to calculate the total number of cases in the table. Okay, that's one targeting table. Insert a shape of your choice behind the column. Strike through the word malaria. Okay, so we are going to draw this table. How many columns? We agree that there is 1, 2, and 3 columns. How many rows? We agree it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 rows. So ideally, we would first draw 3 columns and 6 rows. So shall come here, come insert, table. We would select them from here, but I will simply come to insert table. Number of columns is 3. Number of rows is 6. So we could leave them at fixed column width and we say, okay. Now let's look at how does our table look like. The first row doesn't have these lines. This one is also missing some of these lines. So we shall come to, and when you look at the table as well, the outside borders are also different. These lines, this word here and this one is in another direction, they all look to be bold. I told you that because of the number of marks you see at the top here, please make sure that you look out for the formatting features to make sure that at least what you're given to type looks the same way as it is on the paper. So the feature that will allow us to remove this, we are going to highlight this first one. And what we shall do, either you could use this quick pop-up button or you would right click here and select merge cells. Merge cells will remove for us those lines. When we count here, let's check for how many lines here are merged. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, say 4 rows here. They are merged. So we should come and count for 1, 2, 3, 4 cells whose lines are missing. So we shall merge cells. And let's look for the words now. This is malaria patients in selected clinics. Let me simply also copy this content. Malaria patients in selected clinics in Kalangala. But when you look at this, okay, health center 3. Let's just type health center 3. Health center 3. So let's look at, this is clinic, number of patients. Number of patients. And down here we have total. Then here we have clinics, St. Anna, Holy Angels of Lamu Care. We have St. Anna, sorry. We have Holy Angels and of Lamu Care. Okay, 60, 82, 102. And this total here is not supposed to be there. Total is supposed to be here. 60, 82, 102. Okay, let's look out for the other formatting features. The border is thick. These ones are bold. This one looks to be in the center. And the health center 3 is turning and facing up, though also bold. This one is supposed to be aligned to the center. So shall come here, align it to the center. The health clinic, health center 3 is bold. The clinic and number of patients are all bold. And we need to turn this one to face up. So what we shall do, come to table layout. We shall find something called text direction. Text direction, as you click, it will face down. You click again, it will face up. Okay, I think that's the direction that we were given. And now, the borders. How do we get those borders? The borders, we shall come to find them on page design. Sorry, table design. Oh, it's 60. Okay. Thank you for correcting this. This one is 60, not 62. Okay. How shall we change this border here? Because we have already drawn the table. It's a bit simple. You would come here, table design. Let's first look for the style of the border that was used. You look at the style of the border. Now come here to styles. Can we identify that style? No. Come to this line here, and the border styles are somewhere here. So you find the style that was used, and I think it is this, so we shall pick it. Now the border painter has been activated. It may be inactive, so we can't put the border. We select the border painter, such that simply come and click this line here. Sorry. come and click this line. The border should apply itself. Click and apply it down here. This one also seems to be having, is it that one or another? I think it is not that one. We would simply undo, come and pick the border painter, apply it to these borders also, come and bring the painter, apply it here, and also we shall apply it, oh, sorry, simply come, pick the painter, and we shall come to put it, to put it on these ones as it comes there. So it is already there. Maybe the other one would be to reduce just the size of it, but the table is already given. The table is already drawn and it is there. So what is required again here, we were told to add to sum up. There was a question. Before we get there, let's first question. We have typed that one. Case, font style Vedana, font size 17. Let's come to the title here. We are told it is supposed to be uppercase. After highlighting it, there is this part of change case in the home tab. So you click there. And select uppercase. Highlight it. And on your keyboard, select Shift F3. Every time you press Shift, changing and changing and changing accordingly. So after getting the capital letters throughout, you end there. We are told to give it font style, Vadana. I would look for it here. These fonts are always in font style Vedana is this. Size 17. If size 17 doesn't exist, because normally the odd numbers are not appearing in this list. So in case you find any size that doesn't appear here, simply type it here. Type it 17 and then enter. Okay. What's the next question? Change the font color of the type color other than red, blue, or black. Other than red, blue, or black. So the title, font color is this. We are told it should not be red. It should not be blue. It should not be black. So I can change and give it a green. For me, I choose to give it green. And they come to another question here. Change, center line the title, that one you have done, and the line for a malaria-free Uganda. Even this line for a malaria-free Uganda, we are told it should be put in the center, align to the center. Okay. Present the paragraph beginning Uganda into 3 columns with a line between the columns and justify them. So this paragraph here, we are told it should be put into into 3 columns with a line between. Simply highlight, or you'd even click once, come to layout. Other older versions of Office have page layout on top. So when you click page layout, you will have this. You click columns here. Now, because we want a line between, we shall come to the option of more columns. As we come to more columns, we are told to have 3 columns. Then we want to have a line between here, between the columns. So we are told to select this, to check this box here, line between, and click OK. Then we are told also to justify. So you come to alignment and justify. There are some of you who are very cunning. Some students are cunning that when we talk about having the columns, you would come columns, 3 columns. There is a student who did this, come to shapes, look for a line, and draw your line. Another one simply copies the line and pastes the line. True, you have this line between, but this is not the line that is required, my friend. So don't you dare to put these lines as the ones that are required. The other ones required, we have seen where they come from in the layouts and more columns. So after setting the 3 columns, you check this, okay? Oh no. Supposed to highlight, let's first highlight these columns. More columns, we said, we check this one for 3 columns, and they'll all come there. We are told to justify, so justify such that they look like that. And next, present, okay, that one we have seen. Insert an artistic page border to your document. Artistic page border, so we shall come to page, this one will be in design. Those with older versions of Office, still you'll find this in a tab called page layout. We shall have page borders here, and we are told that we should put page border. An artistic page border, so we should select box here, and there is art here. Not line border, but artistic page border. So from here, you would select any of these art styles of your choice. For me, I will select this one. This one will apply to the page around my page. However, there are also cases, these styles of borders, let me talk about them as well. These styles of borders, they are what we call borders, which will apply to either a paragraph or a line or a text. For example, allow me, for demonstration purposes, let me first copy this paragraph again and put it in our work for purposes of demonstration of the other paragraphs, of the other borders, sorry. If we highlight this, there could be, this question was specific that it wants a page border. We may ask you to apply a border around that paragraph. So shall come back still to page borders, but this time round, you will select the tab of borders. So you select maybe box or shadow and look for a border of your choice. Then down here, apply to paragraph. We want a paragraph border. Apply to paragraph, and so this border will come and apply to this. That is the paragraph border. We may also ask you to apply a border around a certain line. Let's put this paragraph again here. Oh, it's crossing to the new page, which is okay. We want to apply a line border. So this one still we shall come back to page borders. We shall select borders, select a line. For example, this one. And this one we shall come and say text because we want apply to text because we want a line border. So we shall do this. You see the difference? These are the three kinds of borders that we can apply. This one is a line border, this is a paragraph border, and somewhere here we have what we call a page border. Allow me undo such that we maintain our work. The next question here talks about insert a watermark of your religious name. So my name today is Isaac. Layout, sorry, should be in design, watermark, and we said we shall come and custom watermark. This one we want a text watermark. So the text here, where there is text, sometimes you'll find the word ASAP. We shall put Isaac because the name is Isaac. Even if you don't change these others, but if you wish to change the color, you will change the color. You wish to change the size and the others, you would change. But let's just leave the others the way they are, apply, and close. So your name should appear in the background there. Then somewhere here, use a formula to calculate the total number of cases in the table. We are told to use a formula to calculate the total number of cases in the table. So we shall come here in the table, come, I think it is in the table layout, where we have something called a formula. And the formula word has these expressions. Word some above, some below. Above because we are calculating what is the total. I can see Joash. Joash, I see your hand somewhere here.
Yes, please. So my question is this.
Yes.
When we are applying the watermark, there is that instance where we have a multiple page document, but then the question comes and it is telling us to insert the watermark on only one page. How do we do that?
Okay, we are going to come back to that. Don't worry. Thank you for that question. We are going to do it. We have done this. This was just we have inserted there. Allow me, Josh, let's first complete this, then we shall come back there. Don't worry. Then use a formula, insert a shape of your choice behind. Remember, let's first complete this, then we have questions at once. I see Angel is also raising a hand. Let's do these last two items here. Then we shall have all the questions at once. Don't worry, we shall respond to all of them. A shape of your choice behind any column. So we shall come here. Sorry, this is not the document of our work. Come, click a column, insert. We are told to choose a shape of our choice. I will choose this one behind. Oh, this one is applying on top. So here we shall come to the drawing tools in the shape format. and then select send backward. So we shall say send to back. Or send behind text. It's already there. You would change, you'd increase, you'll do what, but it is already behind our text. And I think we shall have strike through the word malaria wherever it appears. Insert a foot of your name and print your work. Okay, malaria, where does malaria appear? This one now will require us to do something called find and replace. And we shall be replacing a formatted style. We see there is a part here called replace. And on the keyboard, you could press Ctrl H. Or you could simply click replace. Now they're asking us, find what? I want you to find malaria in the document. Replace with malaria. But then we need to format more. More, we want to see what does it do. We are told to strike through. Okay, more, then we shall format. We want to put this malaria here, then format. I think we shall find it. Let's first check whether we shall find it in font. Yes, it should be in font. We are told to strike through the word malaria. Strike through malaria. That's what we are told. So in case you're told to change even the font style of the new word to be replaced, you would change the style from here. You want to change the old bold italicized, or you want to change the size, underline and underline style, change color, all those things in case they are asked for, they are here. In case you want to do them, you would change them from somewhere here. These ones are not asked for, but just showing them to you in case. So we shall tell it that please replace all. And it is telling me that we have made 9 replacements. And say, okay. And close. So you'll find that wherever there is a word malaria, it has been replaced as requested. Then finally, we are told to put a footer of our name. So insert footer, edit footer. Then our name was Musinguzi Isaac. 512. Then we shall close the header and the footer. And our work is done. Okay, the question is done so far. Let's entertain the questions. Joash asked about applying that. You can be sending them. I'm not. Okay, someone said, Abdu was saying that you could be sending. Please say you could be sending the messages in the chat. Someone will give them to us at once. Thank you for volunteering on that. Joash, I'll begin with Joash's question. Joash asks that in case the document is multiple paged, what do we have to do to put those 2 pages on? Sorry, maybe there are 3 pages. We want to apply the watermark on only 1 page, a particular page. There are around 2 ways. Allow me, I'm just going to copy the content of this one such that we duplicate it for us to have 3 or 4 pages. I'll copy this and then create a new page. Control Enter, Control V to paste this. I want a new page again. Control Enter, Control V. So far so far 3. Let's just create one other page. Control Enter and Control V. Let's first remove the watermark that we have. Remove watermark. So we find that our pages are 4, but they have no watermark. For example, the first alternative come if you're told to put it on page, this is page 2. Okay, let's select page 3. We want it to be on page 3. You would come here, right-click this, any of those alternatives, and say insert at current document position. Then the confidential or the do not copy will appear there. Now come and click here, remove this confidential thing, then type Isaac, and it will apply. Isaac will apply it. The name will apply itself there. Or that is one alternative. That's one alternative. Let's delete this, I think. That's one alternative. Alternative 2, you would come custom watermark. We shall put our Isaac as we had put. Isaac and apply. So Isaac should apply and appear on our pages. Now, we shall activate the header and footer area. As we activate the header and footer area, we shall be activating this as an image as well. So you hold Isaac. Use this placeholder to click and hold the image of this watermark like that and cut it. So you would cut it from all the pages that you don't want it to be, either cut or delete. So you want it see it is still here, or it is. Then after that, you release. But it may go away. It may disappear in all the pages. So what you do, you go to your page 3. You answered. I had seen Angel's hand up. Not sure. Let me ask Mr. Musinguzi if there are many other questions. Mr. Muzahura Abudu. I think you would respond in case there are any other questions. Mr. Muzahura, is there any question there?
Maybe in the chat, Teacher Simon, some members are asking to repeat on the formula.
Okay.
They beg your pardon on the formula.
Okay. On the formula, okay. Okay, I think that was part G of the question. Let's first remove this. Okay, we come, they are not as automatic as we have them in the Excel. You can have min and max. We simply come here in the table. Then you'll see something called formula. Clicking where you want your result to appear. So you click formula here. It is already determining for us that sum above, in brackets, we shall not have the cell names like we have them in Excel, just the word above, the word left. In case we had more cells and we are adding values that are this way, we want the total here. So we would remove the word above and put left. In case you're adding from this way and the values you want to add on the right, you would remove the word above and put right. Then the same thing, if it was average, you would do the same. So now this one is sum above. It is giving us the totals of whatever is above. And we shall click OK, then it will add for us. Maybe something to note with the word processors. Allow me, for demonstration purposes, again, insert some rows here, just to add a few, some 2 or 3 values. We shall have, maybe I will add 100 if it was here. If we are to add this, to ask Word to add for us sum above, it is going to give me a total of only 202. This means that whenever there is an empty cell somewhere, that will be the end of its addition. It can never go beyond that empty cell. So what you do in case you're adding up and there are some empty cells, I advise you either add a 0 here because you want it to add up even these ones that are there. And then you may remove your 0 later. When we add it like this now, if there was put a 0, you would, when we save formula and it tells you sum above, when we add, it will give us after adding also those ones above there. That's what I would do, supplement there. Angel, I had seen your hand up. I don't know if this is part of your question. The formula we have repeated. Allow me that we can switch and go to the next item, I think. Pardon on watermark on one page. I think I'll give one last pardon here. Okay, this was Angel, I think. A watermark on one page, we said, if you want it on page 2 or page 3 or page what, for example, we want it on page 4. Let's first remove Isaac here. Come to design. Let's first remove the watermark that is there. We said, click that particular page that you want the watermark to appear to. Watermark, pick the watermark of your choice here, but you right click and say insert at current document position. When it comes, simply come and click once in that watermark. When you click once, the words will come, remove them and put the watermark of the word that you want to appear. And the moment you click in space, the name will automatically change to that one. Allow me that we switch, that question is done. Let's switch and go to another question. So question 2. Question 2 tells us that using a spreadsheet of your choice, load a file called canteen.xcls and save it in your folder as your name and personal number. Okay, welcome. Come to our folder, which is this one. This is our folder. We are told that there is a file called canteen. We talk about canteen. We are told to load and open it. So we shall open our file canteen. But the instruction tells us that we should open canteen, and after opening it, we save it as our name. And today our name was Isaac Musinguzi. Is it really Musinguzi? Yes, our name is Musinguzi Isaac today, and we are told to save it as our name. So the moment you open it like this, we shall come to File, select Save As, and we said you browse. As you browse where there is the canteen, we come here on look for our file on the desktop. Look for Musinguzi Isaac as our folder. Come to the file name, and we shall say Musinguzi Isaac 512, and we shall save. By doing that, the file name changes at the top of our file. And when we come to check our folder Musinguzi Isaac, we should be able to find our Excel file now. Our Excel file is there. So we have opened, that was one. That was one thing. Load the file and save it as your name and personal number. Copy and paste the work on sheet 1 to sheet 2. So the first thing is create sheet 2, which is already there now. Copy. So highlight this and the Control C, come to sheet 2 and the Control V. Okay, what is the next question there? Rename sheet 1 to original and sheet 2 to calculated. So we shall rename sheet 1. How do we rename? Either double click the sheet name and say original, or you would right click and rename. Yes, so you rename. And this one, we are told it is supposed to be calculated. Okay. So as you say calculated, we go and look for what is required of us next. Perform the following instructions on the calculated sheet. Insert a well-centered heading in your work to read weekly sales for our canteen. A well-centered heading. So that means we shall have to insert a new row at the top. So click insert. You click there and then highlight the whole row and then click insert. A title is there. Let's first expand these columns such that all the information is clearly seen. Okay. So come here, highlight. I'll highlight up to here. Because we want to put a title, we shall merge. We are going to merge the cells. You say merge and send. We are told this is a school canteen. My title may say our contain sales. This title is optional, but make sure, however optional it is, you put a relevant title. If I put a title of Max there, maybe P5 Max, that will be very wrong. The title relevant, not even corresponding. Okay, rename insert, okay, insert a new column between C and D for gross sales. And in this column, compute sales, which is a product of quantity and unit price. So between C and D, for us to apply a new column, it will appear on the left-hand side of whatever we select. So we shall right-click and say insert. So our column comes here. We said it is gross sales. Okay. Now gross sales, and we are told it is a product between a product of quantity and unit price. We could use a formula, a function called product. It is there. Product of this one, comma, and this one. Then close and end. After that, you autofill. Or another one would simply say equals this cell times this cell and end. We shall get the same value. Or another one would say equals product this cell to this cell. Both or all those alternatives will give us the same values. Okay, let's look at another one. Insert with the aid of absolute referencing, use the value in cell E2 to determine the VAT for each product using the gross sales. To determine the VAT, we are told to use absolute cell referencing. Absolute cell referencing means there is somewhere where we are supposed to lock certain cells, a certain cell. And when you look around, this VAT is supposed to be 18%. And it was put in a position where we are supposed to multiply VAT by the gross sales. So to get the VAT, ideally, it is supposed to be equals this VAT times this gross sales. But because we are told of the absolute cell referencing, we shall have to fix this. We shall have to fix the VAT by clicking there and then you press F4 such that we can put $signs there, but we shall leave this one untampered with. So we shall enter, and after that, simply come and autofill. Okay, then cells, okay, with the aid, that one is done. Insert all borders around your work. So we shall highlight from here, select this, insert borders, all borders. That is what we are told. Insert the currency symbol of UGSH on all money figures. On all money figures. So the money is this from here up to here. We are supposed to put currency symbol. So we shall come here, come to this dot, select a number format called currency. And after selecting currency, we shall custom. Now, we shall look for a UG shillings. We are told it should be UGSHS. So we want to customize something here. we would select this option. And after that, come here and remove this USH so we can have UGSHS. And after that, you format. Cannot use the number format you have typed. Oh, okay. Let's look for a format down here of, do we have any other format? Let's select this again and see. And try using one number formats. Okay. Let's first select the currency and we'll look for UBX here, I think. Then we shall format the UBX accordingly. After putting the UBX, we shall format this. Come to custom and UGSHS. That's what we were given, and click OK. This is what will apply to our working there. Then highlight the figures above 150,000 in the gross sales. So whoever is above 150,000 in the gross sales here, above 150, we are told to highlight them. This case, we shall use a part called conditional formatting. Conditional formatting, we have highlight cell rules. We are told above 150, so among the rules, we have one called greater than. So greater than what? 150. This is the rule we are told. Then you could change even the highlight color if you feel like. If there is something else custom, which color, this is the font, underline, or any other color, you would choose a color of your choice. But this one may be too loud, it is shouting too much. And then apply. This one has just changed. We are told to highlight. Let's give it that one. And okay. So whoever has above 150, that figure is going to be highlighted. Okay, then create a pie chart to represent item name and VAT for the canteen. A pie chart here, we shall have it done. Pie chart to represent the name and the VAT. So we shall come highlight this. Then because this one is apart, you shall hold the control button, then also highlight this data. And then come to insert, then select pie chart of our choice. We shall select this one. Give the chart attributes, the title. We may call it canteen VAT. If you're told to put these other elements like Chart title is there, data labels. Where should we put them? Inside end, outside end. Let's call it outside end. You see there is a lot of congestion there. So where we can avoid them, let's avoid them. If they ask before you put them, then the legend, where should you put the legend? The legend are these, what we normally call the key. And I think that's all we could do for the pie chart. We could put them there or put it down here. I am putting it down here because I intend to have the work on one page. But there is something that I have always observed as we are selecting this data. Some students have a tendency that after selecting this, you hold control, and because some of you, the hands are shivering, you first click once here, then you click again and highlight. So your work appears like this. And then after that, you will come to select pie chart. The pie chart will come empty. Then you start wondering, why is my chart empty? You have made 3 selections for the chart. So as you're highlighting and clicking, please make sure that once you click, you're clicking once and dragging. You don't have to leave anything behind. Okay, add a footer of your name and personal number, then print. Adding a footer is something also quite simple. You either come to insert, header and footer. The header is there. The footer is down here. And down here, you click and put Musinguzi Isaac 512. You would even use some of these navigation tabs where they say, now I'm in the footer. This one tells you go to the head without hustling. It will take you direct to the header. If you're in the header, go to the footer. It will take you there. And after that, you click in space, then come to the layouts here and click the normal layout. Alternatively, without even going to insert, you would simply click the page layout tab. As you click the page layout, it will break for you the pages such that you have the footer area and the header area. So you can add your content wherever you intend to have it. The other part is for printing, where we said we shall Control P and select the printer of your choice here, then you command print. But normally we advise that if possible, as you print spreadsheet, you press Control and the tilde button. The tilde button will give you a layout of the formulas such that you print the formulas. So reduce this work a bit. We could reduce. The tilde is that button on your keyboard, which is below the escape key. In front of it is number 1. And below that very button is the tab key. So you would get that one. And in case you're printing formulas and the sheet looks to be very big, feel free to adjust the sheet. Feel free to print in landscape. You just do these adjustments accordingly, such that we can be able to see the formulas or the formulae that you actually used. I think we are coming to the end of this. Let's have a few questions here. Separating the formulas, part of highlighting. the formula of VAT. Okay, we shall repeat the pie chart. Someone asks the pie chart. Another one, the formula of VAT. What is part V, part 5? Okay, I think that's VAT still. Okay, I'll begin with these ones of the formula. We said the formula view, simply go control and the tilde button. The tilde is that button. Now this error means that the content is too much to fit in the cell. What you do, you may double click on the column headings. Sorry, that separator of the two columns or three, and the content will find its way. We said the tilde button is that button below escape on its right-hand side. On the right-hand side, it has number 1 above the tab called the button called tab. There is that button there. It has some small symbol. We said press Control and that button. It will give you the formula view of your Excel. When you press Control and that button again, it will bring you back to the normal view. So we are saying that as you're printing, please print this view of the work and also print the formula view of your work, just in case. You never know. Yeah. So the person that asked to repeat the VAT, we said the VAT is 18%, and we are told to have it absolute. We are told to use absolute. However, this one is a mixed formula. But the question asks us to use absolute cell referencing. Absolute cell referencing is where we shall fix cells. You fix either the column or the row or both. And on fixing, we shall fix using dollar signs. So because this one is required to be fixed and it should multiply all through, that is why it is the one we are going to fix. And these ones, because we want to autofill, these values here, the formula will keep changing the cell address. So here we shall say equals this is cell of the gross sales times this is cell of VAT. And the VAT is the one we are going to fix. Why are we fixing it? Simply because we want it to multiply through. Let's first check when we use it without multiplying, without giving it that. So we shall, without give the values are too big. So this means that we are having this first value is multiplying the 75,000 for donuts, which is actually wrong. So to have peace in the work, we shall just come here and say that, please, this cell here should be kept constant by making it absolute, by giving it F4. You click in the cell and press F4, then enter. The very first one is like that. And as you enter, each of them is going to have its real value. Okay. So I think that's all. Highlighting. Okay. Printing formulas, I think we have repeated it and done it. Someone asks about highlighting. Okay. Highlighting, we said that we shall use a function called conditional formatting. Let's first remove the conditions here. Clear rules. Clear rules here. So we are told that all those above 150,000, their content, their sales should be highlighted. We said come to conditional formatting. There is highlight sale rules. And what we are given is above 150,000. If it was more than that, if it was less, if it was between or equal, something. But we want it greater than. So we shall say, we are told it should be greater than 150. Whoever is above 150 should be highlighted. And this is what they will do for us. Okay, unless there are other questions, we are going to switch to have some other, to go to question 3, I think. So we save this. Question 3, using a presentation software, design 5-slide presentation about computer laboratory. Save the presentation as your name and personal number. This one, we are not using any support file, I think, but there are some other somewhere. Oh, we didn't change this. There is somewhere we are supposed to have some photos. Okay. So we shall come look for PowerPoint. And open it. Okay. So we're going to open a blank presentation, and we are told it is going to be about computer lab. Okay. A suitable title and your name as the presenter. So we shall say the computer laboratory, presented by Musingozi Isaac, 512. That is slide 1, which we are told to do. Slide 2, what do we have on slide 2? Definition of a computer laboratory. Definition of computer lab. And we shall say it is a room gazetted for installation and use of computers by, you may say, by the students in a school. That's your definition. Then slide 3. A bulleted list of rules and regulations governing the computer lab. Rules and regulations governing the lab. A bulleted list, so we would say never enter with shoes in the lab. Never eat or drink from the computer. Lab. Never run or play in the computer. Lab. Never open any computer component without the knowledge of the teacher. Those could be enough. Slide 4. A table showing hardware devices found in the laboratory. Refer to a file. Hardware devices found in the laboratory. Hardware devices found in the laboratory. We are told to refer to a file. I think I was just, this is the file called items. However, there it is named the labware. We just didn't change the name either side, but this is, in your questions, please change where there's labware and put items. On the question paper, it is written labware.xls. Please change and put it as items. So we would simply highlight this. Then copy, Ctrl+C, come to our PowerPoint, and paste. That table will come immediately. You would even opt to copy item by item and paste in a table, but this one looks faster. Then simply increase the font size. If you wish, you would even change the font color. The choice can be yours. So this is our table that we have of the items that we find in a computer lab. We have slide 5, where we are told that a line graph with markers showing the number of hardware devices for the 2 terms. So we are going to come here and we shall draw a graph. This, insert the chart. We want a line chart. And then we shall okay. So when we open to call for a chart in Excel, it is going to employ another colleague. And this colleague is called Excel. So in Excel, what shall we have to add there? Here is to put this part here is the one that is going to draw for us the graph. This one. So it is asking us to put this very data here. Okay. We are going to copy this very data and we put it for PowerPoint in this Excel. So we'll do it this way and paste. It's not the same size. Okay. So this is what we do. We are pasting and we shall remove this now because we don't need it. So what we do, come to this dot here and reduce. Tell it that our graph should pass here. Okay. And our graph is already given there. So we can close the Excel sheet and we come back to our PowerPoint. Maybe we could give it a title called graph showing items in the laboratory. Then the chart title, you could also call it graph of items in the laboratory. Realize that this is already term 2 and this key is for term 1. Okay. Then somewhere line graph is done and insert appropriate images from the support files folder into your slides to any 3 slides. From the support files, let's look for these files. Any 3, let's get this, copy, come to PowerPoint, my file here. I'll begin from the very first one and paste. So this is one file, one image. I may increase it a little and also maybe duplicate, copy and paste. Duplicate it such that I have some simple art here. Let it be there. Okay, I come and I'm told on any 3, that is or still 1, I will come and pick this one, sorry. I come and pick this, Ctrl+C to copy, come to slide 2 and paste it there. So we have these boys and girls using it. I'll also put on this slide. Come and get this one, copy, and then paste. I would put it here. This one would be relevant on the slide for parts. Let's put it on this slide here. Such that this table, just to have our presentation artistic, we would reduce this table a bit and also the photo. So the both of them will coexist there. I'm told any 3 on any 3 slides. So we can have them like that. Apply the same light background color to all the slides. Same light background color. So we shall come to design, come to format background. Solid fill. What is that solid fill color? We are told a light background, so we could choose a light background. And after that, we shall say apply all, such that it is the same here and all through. That's the presentation that is required. However, you would choose any of the designs here, but still change the color and say that still we want maybe this one and apply to all. But always be mindful of what we mean, what you understand by light, if it is light color, what you understand by dark, if it is dark color. Okay, set the slides to run automatically every 5 seconds and loop continuously until the escape button is pressed. Okay, images hyperlink, as if we are skipping some 2 parts here. Hyperlink the name of the presenter to the 4th slide. Let's first hyperlink the name of the presenter. So we shall highlight the name And to hyperlink, there are three ways: either right click, and you'll see hyperlink, or after highlighting, press Ctrl K. Now we want to have a place in this document, and we are told to send the name to slide number 5. So you click 5, and then OK. So this one is already sending to slide number 5. Uniform transition and animations of your choice. Okay. Transitions, we are told to apply a uniform transition, meaning that throughout everything, let's select this one. After selecting it, apply to all, because that's what we are told. Come to animations. We shall select an animation. The animations may not appear to all of them at once. Then these ones, click an object at a time, and then you click an object at a time. When we come here, you would simply Control A, come here and select all the items if you want all of them to have the same thing. And like that, we select all of them. Okay, but you are told to have the same, so you can apply the same throughout. Okay, then we are told that it should run after 5 seconds, okay? Then we come back to transitions and set duration. No, this one on mouse click, we deactivate, and then we activate that after 5 seconds. Still, we apply to all, such that all of them will have 5 seconds on the screen. Then we also told that it should loop continuously until the escape button is pressed. That one we shall do from a tab of slideshow, where we shall find something like setup slideshow. And we click it. Then here somewhere, there is something that says loop continuously until escape. So we shall put a tick and okay. That one is also done. The slides or the automatically 5 seconds. I think all these ones we have done. Insert automatic date and time on all the slides. And then print your slides as a handout. Automatic date and time. We shall have, come to insert, select date and time on the slides. So we shall keep it checked that automatic update automatically. If we want one that doesn't update, that is not automatic, we shall select fixed, but we are told to put an automatic date and time, so we shall apply it all. So on every slide, the date and time that is currently open will appear there. And then we are told to print the presentation, so we shall print Ctrl P. We are told to print a handout. And we say that somewhere here where you will find full page slide, you will click and select, since there are 5, we shall select 6 slides. And our presentation will come out like this. So unless there are some questions, please, if they are there, put them in the chat and we go through them faster, then we can continue. If there are no issues with presentation, let's switch. And oh, we did not save this presentation, our file to our folder. Let's come to more options and look for the desktop where we have our files, our folder. We give it our name, Musinguzi Isaac. And then we save it there. And then we shall close this support file. So we shall look also out for the other question. Okay, design a database for China Traders Association that will be used to manage the following records. Save the database as your name and personal number. Okay, design a table with relevant data types and primary key to hold the above records. Save the table as BBK Traders. Okay, let's come open our Access. Okay, our Microsoft Access opens. And as we all know that with Access, the very first thing to do, it will ask us to which database do you want to create, that we want a blank database, and it will ask us to first save it. So we shall look for, on that folder, we shall look for the folder to use on the desktop, where our folder is Musinguzi Isaac. So this one, we shall same thing with Isaac 512, and then okay, after that we shall ask it to create for us the database. And this database, just like we have this table, we are going to first create a table from design view. We are told the table name should be BBK Traders, and okay. So in design view, allow me, I'm going to cascade these windows here such that I am able to view this data here. We have these records. The first record is worker's name. Let's first put the record, the field names, then department, worker ID. Then we shall have date of birth, basic pay, and finally, we shall have NSSF, 5%. So the best data type, may I ask that you suggest for me the data types for these fields, because we are told to choose a data type, and if we choose a data type, which data type on changing this data type requires removal of the primary key, which is okay. Okay, worker's name. Worker's name, we are giving it short text because of what we see. Then department, I think we would give it lookup wizard. Lookup wizard, I want to type the values that I want. There is a MGT. There is a SCT. There is a SEC. I think there are only 3 departments there. So we shall next and finish. Then the worker ID, according, in my opinion, here would even be given auto number such that we customize it. And the auto number there, after setting it, let's come down here and we see how we could customize it. Let's see how we can customize the auto number. The format is here. So we shall put, normally if we are formatting these, we shall look for what are those constant values. Then after getting the constant values, you look for the number of place values that are required of the constant values, or sort of the recurring values. The constant values we shall put in quotes, and we say BBK dash, close the quotes. Then after that, we shall add the number of place values. Sorry, we shall put zeros. 0 is equivalent to the number of place values there. So there are 3 zeros. Or we could even put hashtags like that. And ideally, this is fit to be the primary key. So we shall have this as the primary key. And we can set this worker ID to be the primary key. Then the date of birth is supposed to be date stroke time. This one also, we need to format it in a way that we need it to look like this. So this one, we shall say, we shall have 4Y, that, and the month, 3M to represent that word in summary, and the day. Okay, then the basic pay and NSSF are number. We can call them number simply because they have no currency symbol. Let's call them number, even this one. But NSSF, let's first look at what is it required of us in NSSF. Part B says use calculated field to automatically return the employee's NSSF. So NSSF, we are going to look for the calculated field where we shall put the function equals 0.18 times this field. This table, let's expand the table. Okay, let's just type the field name of basic pay. As we are typing the field name, it is supposed to be having this bracket and write basic pay. We write basic pay. Then we shall keep it at that. After that, we shall come to the table view. We must save the table first. And we say, yes. Okay. You cannot change one field from auto number data type. Okay. Now, database is complaining. Let's first remove what it had set as data type. Okay, let's insert it again. Workers names. So we set it as short text, which is okay, I think now. So we shall come and have our data ready for entering. Now, as we enter the data, please, I want to advise you that always and always enter this data record by record, not field by field. So we have Kasigwa Joseph from the Department of MGT. Now BBK is giving us only 1. It is supposed to be giving us 001. Auto number, I put 1 hash. Was it so? So there are supposed to be 3 hashtags. So we shall come back here. Now let's put zeros, I think. Let's put 3 zeros and see what happens. Yes, so we should put 3 zeros. Then here is 1990 dash November, and the day is 12. Then the NSSF, the basic pay is 500. So the NSSF ideally should calculate itself. Did I write 500? This is 5 million. Wow. The other one should calculate itself. Okay, we have Mukasa Ronald. Mukasa Ronald from a department of MGT Steel. That one will apply itself. This one is from 1974 in November 23rd. The basic pay is 100,000. Another one is Niger Sandra from accounts, I think, 03 1980 December 25. 1980 December 25. The basic pay is 250. 250,000. Then another one, I think this one is supposed to be 100,000 as well. From Niger Sandra, then we have Akelo Ruth from the Department of S.6. Then we shall have this date of 1980 November 03. Then we shall have 365. Kelo, then we shall have Zizinga Robinson from the Department of Accounts, and that is the number. The date of birth, 1974, December 12th, and the amount of money is 450. From Zizinga, we have Keto Anita. From accounts, Keto Anita is SEC and is number 6, 1983, January 01. Okay, and it is 500,000. Keto Anita, then Nansu Gadorin. Nansu Gadorin from MGT and 1987. Okay, 03, 1 million. Okay, someone has a hand here. Is it T?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, please.
Teacher, the NSSF percentage is 5%, but it's giving a wrong calculation.
It's giving a wrong calculation.
Yes.
Sure. 5% of the basic pay.
Isn't it supposed to be 25,000?
I think I might have put the wrong formula then.
Yeah, you put 0.08.
Oh, sorry. I think I was recalling the other one of Excel.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, thank you for the correction. Let's just check and correct it. Oh, yes. It's supposed to be 0.05. Okay, thank you for the correction and being vigilant. Okay, Nansu Gadorin, then Apio Jane Francis. Apio Jane Francis from the secretary, and is that one? Is 1997 June and is 256,000. Mangeni Patrick is from MGT, is 1986. January 19th. And is 365. Then we have finally Waswa David from accounts, and 1978 of August 8th with 100,000. Okay. Oh, we have just rushed into the thing, but we are told, you see now, we talked about things and I also didn't read the instructions, but nevertheless, it's the same thing. Create a form that you will use to populate the database table created above. Include a logo, title, and footer. Now we have just entered the data. However way, if you use the table or you use the form, the data will still enter, but we are supposed to use the form. So let's just go and create the form. No worries. We save that. I'll advise that whichever object you first work on, please close it. So this one is done. let's come create a form. I'll create the form from design. Add existing fields here. Show tables. Our table is 1, so we shall just double click and put these ones there. We are told it should have a form to populate the database. We are told that it should have title and the footer of your name. So let's put a title. We need a footer. First put a title here, form 1. So the database, what was the database about? Look for Bakina Traders Association. So we would come here where there is the form 1, would remove and say Bakina Traders Association. It should have a logo. Do we have any photo in the logo, in the folder, in the support files? On the desktop, do you have any photo here that would work? Okay, I think we could use this and say, okay, that's our logo, plus a photo of our name. So we come down here, look for this label here, select it, and we put our name. Musingu's Isaac 512. Okay, so that's the form that we have. No other formatting required of us. This is already the form. The data is already there. So we shall not retype the data. The data has already been entered there. Okay, then create queries that will return the workers who or whose month of birth is November. Save the query as born November. Okay. So let's close this one also and save it as, were we given any name? And it is not given any name, so we can give it back in that data form. So let's come create a query design. We shall put this table here and we hold all these fields here. Let's put them here. The first query asks us to someone, sorry, having network issues. NSSF formula. Okay. We are going, I'll show you that formula again, don't worry. So here we are told that a query that is November, born in the month of November. So we shall come here in the date of birth. So we shall say this, you put a star with the separator that we put. I think we may put 11 with a separator and a star. And after that, we shall run. Unfortunately, it's not returning anything. Let's, oh no. I think, let's just write November here. No. Okay, November and the star. It's not returning anything? Why? Do you have any people born in November anyway? Yes, I think we have some. I don't think this can work. Yes, this is the one that we are supposed to put. You put a star in the query because you want the month of November. We shall have star 11 followed by a star to represent anything. Then we can run. I think there were only 3 people born in November, even as we compare to the table. After that, we save. We are told it should be saved as born, November, and okay. After that, we shall close. We are told to create another query. Another query to return the basic pay between 100 and 800,000. The basic pay between 100 and 800,000. So we shall come and say query design. Add this table here and close this. Highlight all of them. Basic pay, we shall just type the word between 100,000 and 800,000 and run. So the basic pay is, I think those below and above are not. So we shall say, save it as between. Sorry, save. Save the table, the data as between. Then we shall have create a parameter query that will return a particular department. So we shall come here and create a query, a particular department. Now with parameter queries, query design, and click on close. Then we shall enter all these fields here. So we shall come to the department here and put this bracket and say which department. So as we run the query, it should ask us which department. Then we say maybe management, MGT, and it returns for us that MGT. So we shall save it as parameter query. And after that, we shall close it. Then we should go for another item here, create a report that will return all the records on one page. On this report, compute the employees' ages. So let's come here, create reports. Since they want all their data, we shall create the report from the table. So click the table after it is closed. In the report, come and click report. The wizard should create for us that report from the table. So we shall simply come here, come to the design view of the report and try to reduce these such that we have it strictly on one page. Then you can also have space of calculating their ages, calculating their number of years, date of birth, basic pay. Let's close this. So we shall put another field here. A text box here. Hey. Now you text box. Come down here. Okay, change it to okay, let's have this text box again here and see. I'm wondering why it's not coming up here. It should be moved to a certain part there. I want it in the header, but I think allow me to just change the change the type of the report that we're working with. Let's create another kind of report here. Report, blank report from a table. Okay. Then I think we shall have to add a new field here. Let's come to design. We'll try to reduce this. We want to add a new field for calculating the age there. I think this one also is going to have the same issues. Create a table, report from design such that report design, we add these fields here. We shall have these fields separated like that. After putting all these fields here, let's reorder them. Such that we can come and put a text box here, which will calculate the age. It should be able to calculate the age. So we put age here. And then we shall put a formula that will calculate their age. This formula will be equals, we shall write date with a formula that returns the current data according to the time of to the date of your computer down. Date, which is now, an empty now function, then minus date, where in the formula we shall write this date of birth in this square bracket, date of birth, and close its bracket. And after that, our report, what else are we supposed to put on the report? Create a report to compute the employees' ages. Then come to view the report. Expression entered as a function containing a wrong number of arguments. Now, what is wrong with these arguments here? Date of birth. Oh, sorry. This is not supposed to be date, but it is supposed to be year. This one is supposed to be year. Now, minus year, date of birth. So when we come to preview the report, this person's age is there like that. And all of them are supposed to have their age like that. What else do you have to do here? Print all your work in the database. So you're supposed to print all these records that we have created in our database. Okay, so we are going to questions. If there are any questions, we welcome them. And then after that, we can switch and do, shall we do something on Microsoft Publisher? That's the next item that I want to handle right now. Because database, I think we are through. Okay, let's close database. And oh, that was the report. Let's go and handle something in publication. I think it's the very last item, the very last question. You're operating a printer shop and you to design a receipt book for your shop using a desktop publishing software of your choice. Design 4 identical cash receipts on an A4 paper and save it as your name and personal number. Okay. So we shall have we are told to use a desktop publication software. And this time around, we are not given any dimensions. So we are supposed to design the dimensions, to determine the dimensions by ourselves. And let's open Microsoft Publisher to see that we can design this receipt. Okay, as publisher opens, the receipt should have the following details. These awesome printers, address is that, and the rest of the information. Insert an appropriate logo from the support files to the publications. Insert a note, goods once sold are not returnable at the bottom. Balance font variations. Then apply a light border. Okay. So we have a blank publication here. And we are told to design, we are going to design 4 identical cards, but in designing here, we shall have work on 1 card. So let's come to page setup, work on 1 card where we shall duplicate it to have 4 of them. So on the page width here, we shall come to reduce because they have not determined for us the size. For us, we shall look for a size that gives us at least 4 cards, at least 4 receipts. The good thing is that publisher gives us a preview. We shall come, put some gaps here, put some gaps here. Then the side margin, also push it a little. Okay. Push it a bit off the left-hand side and also a bit from top so that it's printed in the middle. Okay, so this is what we have as our receipt, and this is where we are going to have our comment. The question paper was shared. There is a folder of the files. If you have the folder for the support files, you are going to get it, please. I request someone on the call, if you have the papers, please share. So this is our receipt. This is what we are going to design as the receipt. This is what we are going to design, where we're going to put our receipt. And with publication, as we know, there is always no working area. We have to use text boxes. Draw text box here. This one is called awesome printers. Oh, sorry. This one is called awesome printers. We are going to call awesome printers 1466. Okay. Awesome printers. We shall first put all the information here, and then just duplicate this and say PO Box 1466. 1466 where? Kampala. I'll just copy this text box again and paste it. Allow me if I'll just copy these contacts here and I paste them. Then copy this and paste the same text box again. I'm just copying and pasting, then edit. Email address is this one. Copy, hyperlink. Okay. Email address is here. And after seeing that email address, there are some other directions given. Downtown Kampala, we fashion you. So we shall have another text box here. Downtown Kampala. Let's add this other text box and say, we fashion you. Okay, so these are the words that we have so far that are given to us. There are some other words that we are not given to us, this being a receipt. So we need to have another one which tells us that this is a receipt. So if it is a receipt, what do we expect in a receipt? There are words that we expect in a receipt. And we say, received with thanks from received with thanks from. We shall have a space for the name here. Maybe we could even just put the dashes here. So we have that is being payment of you also put what you are paying for. Then we shall put how much have you paid? We shall say amount paid. And then maybe balance if it is there. And then down here, we shall add something that says signed. We could even show something like there could be normally on the receipts, we have always seen the mode of payment. Oh no. The mode of payment, is it cash, check, mobile money? So this one, whoever the accountant will check which of them. And then finally, we shall have who is it that is signing? And now, who is signing? The signatory here was Mwesigwa. Mwesigwa Musinguza Isaac. Isaac 512 as the signatory. For Awesome Printers. Then we are told that goods once sold are not returnable. Goods once sold are not returnable. Now, the layout, the sketch is given, so we need to give the variations. The information is there. We need now to design what should it look like? Okay, you receive the lesson. I know it's being recorded. Someone, Mr. Kaziba, will share the recording. Okay, now we are told there is something here. There is a logo here for Awesome Printers. Let's just copy and paste it here such that we have it fully. This is their logo. We shall have it on the left here. And we do it also on the right, maybe. Awesome Printers, we are going to change the font style to make the receipt look a bit fair or better. We shall align it to the center and push it a bit up, maybe even change the color to blue, a color of your choice. We are told to make variations in the colors. Awesome Printers. Okay. Let's just change the size. Then this is their address. Kampala, we change to this one, align it to the center, increase its size a bit. Then we shall come to this title here, the telephone numbers. We may leave them the way they are, or put them in the center and change their font color to maybe red. And also the email address is given there. Okay. The email address is also given there. So you can have both of them up there. And we are told that we are downtown. They are downtown in Kampala. We can italicize this. We are making some variations. Italicize this and increase the font size and align to the center. but it is blocking the email address, so you can push it a bit down. And he said, we fashion you. The fashion you can be either here, or we could even put it at the bottom here. We fashion you. We can put the slogan somewhere down there. So we have this one, which tells us that this is a receipt. Let's increase the size, the font size of this. Change the font style. Now, this being a receipt, you could even change the shape and the shape format. We can change the shape fill to a certain texture or a certain pattern. Let me look for a certain pattern here. We can use this pattern, can we? Yes. Yeah. Can we change the font color, text color? Okay, let's look for the font color and see which color can we put. If we put it white, can it work? Boom, white just disappears. Let's just keep it maybe red. Yeah, that red color may work. So we are told that this is received with thanks from. We could increase the size of this. We could italicize it. And also maybe change the font color. Sorry, the font style to maybe this one. But ideally, we would remove these lines here and give it its own text box. We paste it here as a single line. Which is complete. Okay. And we could increase it such that it fills up there. So it balances us. Okay. Being payment of. No, payment of something. We could also increase the size of this, italicize it. And the payment of, we could even add this because the description may be big. So you can add something here. Then the amount paid may also be there. No, please reduce a bit. Amount paid bit, we can also increase it a bit. And also the balance. How did you pay? We could attach it somewhere here such that you know exactly what was paid. So for awesome printers would come somewhere here. And we put for him a line. I want to borrow this line here, where he will always be signing. And we reduce this line. Then we fashion you. This one, if it is what you are selecting, let's just italicize it. And our receipt seems to be done. We fashion you needs just some simple formatting. Shape fill, let's fill it with a certain color here. Maybe a light blue. We fashion you. And briefly, roughly, this could be our layout of the receipt. Let's see what else are we supposed to have. Insert an appropriate logo. We have put goods once sold are not returnable. We have put your name as a signatory. Group the items. Okay, we are going to group color variations, font, paper balance, font variations, a light border around your receipt. Okay, we are supposed to group all these items. So what you do, click one item, press Ctrl A and select all of them. Then a group is here, such that they're all made as one item. They're all made as a single block. You can have them held anywhere. So we are going to put, we are told to put a border. Let's have, can we use any of these? I think we can. Let's have this. Increase its length a bit. We want to use this one. Okay. So this is our border here. We are putting a border here. Okay. Let's just duplicate this. Have this at the top. Don't worry of whatever goes beyond because it will not be printed. We could just have this one at the bottom. And maybe we have this. Then we duplicate and have it on the left, the extreme left here as our border. So our receipt is fully designed. When we go to print, we have designed only one. It should give us a display of 4 receipts. So there are already 4 receipts given to us there. I want to entertain some other questions here, or else we seem to be done. Any question?
I think Teacher Simon, they have picked because it seems no question.
Okay. If there are no questions, I think we could end here. I want to thank you so much, all that have persisted on the call since we started up to now. And to thank you, Mr. Kaziba. Someone says how to set up the page. Okay. We said we simply come to file, sorry, not file, but we come to page design. On size, then you come to page setup. On page setup, somewhere here, page width and height. This way, we are determining the actual size. For example, now the receipt, the actual size of the receipt. And somewhere here, you would select the actual paper of the output. So on the normal, F4 is that size of the rim paper, the normal papers that we use in our rims that we bring at school. That size is F4. So on that one paper, when you come to print, there should be 4 of them as displayed for us here. So this is the width and the height. The choice is yours according to this question. We were not given any dimensions to use. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone on the call and all the colleague teachers that have been there and everyone that has been there in a special way. To you, Mr. Kaziwa, thank you so much. I want to wish you all the best, dear candidates, in the forthcoming exams, only to give you confidence that these things are easy and possible. We want every candidate to get a point and a very good point in ICT. I wish you all the best.
Yes, I want also to thank you so much, Mr. Simon, for the wonderful session, for always sharing with us your knowledge, for always sacrificing your time and everything, for all the preparations. I know there is a lot that takes place in the background. Thank you so much for everything you have been able to do to the candidates. I'm very sure that anyone who has gone through all the papers we have been able to go through, you cannot actually fail to get the point. For all the schools and the teachers that have been able to connect the students, thank you so much. I'm seeing Stella Maris College in Suve. Thank you so much for connecting. We are really always happy to have you. We shall have, I think, more sessions in the future. But for now, we want to wish you all the best. And please kindly keep on preparing and do not miss this point. We want to thank you so much. We shall meet again in the afternoon to have math, and we want to wish you a good day. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Simon, and thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day. We shall share the recording for those who have not yet, who have not been able to keep on. We shall share the recording such that you can be able to review. I wanted to ask Stella Maris College in Suve. Is it possible for you to unmute? Yeah. Okay. Let's have a good day. Okay.